ladies and gentlemen, to the Walker Athletic Complex here on the campus of Piedmont University. Sorry about that. We had a little bit of troubleshooting issues with our live stats as well as our broadcast. Nonetheless, my name is Maria Locco. Alongside me is Brett Loftus. Barry Vikings versus George Fox Bruins out of Newberry, Oregon. There are 2 outs currently for the Vikings. 1-1 is your count, and Tomei is up for the Bruins.
Yeah, we had a line out there to center field and a 5-3 to begin the game. That's how we have our 2 quick outs. Again, sorry for our technical difficulties.
The pitch is up, and it will be a little bit too low for Tomei to get a bat around on it.
Yeah, Maria, we've really seen, while we've been having technical difficulties, Blair Hall has worked behind in some counts, the pitcher out there for Barry, but she's been able to work back in them 2-1 here.
The windup is up, and Tomei will get a hit on that one. It will go foul ball, though. Can't get it to line out for her. 2-2 is your count. No runners on base.
Quickly on the diamond, Jackson behind the plate, Fry at first, Bennett at second, Daniel at short, Parker at third, left to right in your outfield, Hamilton, Jackson, and Maroney for the Berry College Vikings, the number 17 team in the country.
Pitch is hit on the outside of the corner, and she'll be called out as the second baseman Bennett got a handle on that one.
No runs, no hits, no errors, none left for George Fox in the top of the first. We head to the bottom of the first. No score.
Welcome back, Piedmont University Athletics here on YouTube. Top 3 batters are up for the Berry Vikings. Your 1-2-3 hitter, Sydney Maroney, is up to bat. Riley Jackson following her, and Anna Jackson. Maroney is a sophomore right fielder. Pitch is up, and it'll be hit foul ball right behind the umpire's plate. 1 strike.
Yeah, we've seen Maroney this year. She's been very, very good. 4 for 6, Maria, in 2 ball games. Barry 1-1 on the year thus far.
Definitely good for Maroney to be leading off her team to get on base, to get her team some momentum, as a changeup will be pitched, and it will be called strike for strike number 2. I believe Maroney was not expecting that one to be called a strike. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch is up on the outside corner, and Maroney will be able to foul ball that one back.
Around the diamond here for George Fox. Quickly, Sandifer behind the dish, McHugh at first, Polito at second, Potter at short, Riggins at third, left to right in the outfield, Ladd in left, Klassen in center, and then Fountain in right field for the Bruins of George Fox University.
Pitch is up, and it'll be on the outside of the plate. It will be called a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes, as Maroney was able to keep off that one.
George Fox won 1-0 in the first game of the Piedmont Softball Classic, over the Piedmont Lions, as this one will be slapped down and fouled off of the foot of the leadoff hitter, Sydney Maroney. 1-2 to be done yet again.
Maroney's doing a good job of making sure Eastman has to work for her pitchers, being able to do deep into the count, fouling off foul balls. changeup will be pitched, and it was a nasty changeup, if you have to ask me, but a little bit too high for Maroney to get handle of it. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I thought that was about a perfect pitch for Emma Easton right there on 1-2. It does even up, like you said, Maria, at 2-2 now.
Maroney being able to get around that one. Second baseman wasn't able to handle it. Polito, Klassen's able to throw it in to her cutoff person. Single for Maroney to be able to lead off the Berry Vikings.
Now batting center fielder Riley Jackson.
Yeah, very good hit there. Second baseman Polito obviously not going to be there. Just a hard hit softball right there, right up the middle to lead off today for Sydney Maroney.
Up to bat is Riley Jackson, center field sophomore. As that first pitch is on the outside corner of the plate, and it will be called a strike.
Riley Jackson, leading hit returner on this team for Berry. She had 36 hits as a freshman.
That one will be chopped up in the air to the third baseman, Riggins. It will be foul ball. However, she caught it for out number 1 for the Bruins. Up next to bat is the number 3 hitter, Anna Jackson, the catcher for the Vikings.
Anna Jackson, also a sophomore, as we mentioned there. She's the leading returner for RBIs and homers for Berry last year. In 2021, she had 3 homers and 19 RBIs. Again, Berry, the number 17th team in the country. Very good team as they look to make a run in postseason play this year.
Jackson was able to get a handle on that one. It'll be grounded to the first baseman, McHugh. The runner will advance to second, as that will be Maroney going on for 2 outs.
Now batting the first baseman Morgan Fry.
Next up is the first baseman, Morgan Fry. 2 outs, runner on second.
George Fox and Berry, actually the first time that they've ever faced off against each other in action, as this one's hit straight up to shoot out there in right field. Getting her nose under be the center fielder, Emma Klassen, for out number 3.
Good job by Klassen to be able to get underneath the ball to call off her right fielder, Fountain. We'll take a short break. You're listening to Piedmont University Athletics here on YouTube. Well, welcome back, Piedmont University Athletics here on YouTube. Maria Locko alongside me, Brett Loftus, top of the second inning. Goose eggs in the first inning. Up to bat will be your 4, 5, 6 hitter. Right now, Claire Fountain will be at the base. First pitch is up, and it will be called a strike right down the center of the plate. Fountain must not have liked what she saw there to be able to put it out in the outfield.
Yeah, Fountain there in that first game reached base all 3 times she stepped to the plate. A hit, a walk, and then a hit by pitch.
Fountain was able to get around that one. A hard hit ball down the first base line to number 2, Morgan Fry, who couldn't get her glove on that one. Great hit right there by number 20, Claire Fountain, to start off her Bruins. Next up to bat is number 8, Katie Ladd, left fielder here for the Bruins, runner on first. Pitches up, and it will be called a ball too low around the ankles there. One ball, no strikes.
Katie Ladd there in that first game, Maria, 0 for 3, but she did not strike out once. All 3 of her outs were at least put into play. So we'll be able to see what she can do here after she had some hard-hit balls against Piedmont, just not able to find a hole.
Ladd will get a bat on that one. It'll be foul tipped out of bounds. As you were saying, Brett, Ladd, like you said, she was able to get contact on the ball, but just wasn't able to find gaps between the defense.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of the George Fox hitters. They were able to find some gaps and some of the holes in the Piedmont infield there in the first game. Ladd not able to do so.
Ladd will foul tip that one off. Give her a count 1-2. Still runner on first, top of the second. Bruins just came off a victory versus Piedmont Lady Lions 1-0 as they scored in the top of the 5th inning. Pitch is up, and it'll be a rise ball in the outside corner that rose a little bit too high. Make it 2-2 is your count.
Yeah, for all of those George Fox people still watching here in the second game, Ashley Hall retired 17 straight batters to end the ball game there. Ashley Davis, retired 17 straight to end the ball game there in the first. What a performance by her.
Ladd was able to get that one booted out to left field as great catch right there by Grace Hamilton, the freshman, to be able to back on out and catch that one. It's a great hit.
You know, Marie, if that would have been hit to right field, that would have been gone by about 5 feet. It's actually 225 out here in left field at the Walker Athletic Complex softball field, 210 to right field. So the park just able to hold that one on a pretty windy day here in Demorest.
I'll give the Vikings their first out. Still runner on first. The pitch is up and got hit back here almost by Kimberly Polito.
I think that just gave our press box a bit of a concussion there. Got hit right on the noggin. 0-1 count now to Kimberly Polito.
Polito is a sophomore out of Portland, Oregon. She appeared in 11 games as a freshman. She started those 11 games. 1-1 is your count. Runner still on first. The pitch is up, and she'll be able to get a hand on that one to the shortstop for the – ooh, she wasn't able to complete the play there at second, as I would almost kind of would want to say that's almost an error, Brett.
Yeah, that's definitely an E6. A throwing error went off the tip of the glove there of the second baseman, Paige Bennett. Sometimes you think those errors might be on the receiving end, but no, it's always on the throwing end. It's going to be a throwing error by the shortstop, Shelby Daniel. And now runners on first and second with only one out. That is going to bring up the third baseman, Brooke Riggins.
First pitch is up, and it'll be called ball on the inside plate. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Runner on first and second. If you're Barry Vikings right now, possibly looking to get a double play here.
Yeah, had a good opportunity on that last one. Then you had the throwing error.
Another pitch on the lower inside plate of the corner. Umpire doesn't look like he's liking that spot a little bit as the catcher turns back and asks him about it. No, excuse me, she asked if she had swung, and the third base umpire will say that she did not. Two balls, no strikes here for number 3, Brooke Riggins. Another pitch on the way will be 3 balls, no strikes.
You're looking really good there at the plate now. Riggins showing some good restraint. On the mound, Blair Hall, she's really got to get command of her pitches right now, Maria. Hasn't been able to really settle back in after she had that throwing error there from her shortstop.
And she'll be able to come back after a 3-0 loss to get strike number 1 on the outside corner of the plate. Good job, though, by Riggins to notice that's a 3-0 count to hold back before swinging at it to possibly get an out. Hall will pitch it into the dirt for the 4th ball, and she will walk. And bases will be loaded with 1 out. The catcher will take a timeout here to go to her pitcher and talk to her to try to comfort her.
First baseman Jennifer McHugh.
Jennifer McHugh's going to be up to the dish here with only 1 out, bases loaded, Maria. And you really got to come to a certain point where you're Blair Hall and you got to go, I just had a 5-pitch walk. I've been working incredible. You look at the first inning from Blair Hall. Yes, she worked in some negative counts down on the mound, worked behind a little bit, but nonetheless, she was able to have a 1-2-3 top half of the first. Here in the top of the second, though, really she's probably thinking I should be back in the dugout about right now, or at least have 2 outs, but instead she's got to pitch out of a bases loaded jam here with only 1 away.
And hopefully her defense can rally behind her to get her out of this jam. Bases are loaded, the pitch is up, and it will be called a ball. Looked a little bit too high on the inside of the plate. Most of her pitches have been on the inside, though.
Yeah, McHugh, she might have could have took that one off the elbow there. She really would have wanted to, been able to bring in a run. But nonetheless, it'll be 1-0 now.
McKee will hit that one down to the second baseman. Their girl at third will score. However, the Vikings will get an out at first base to retire McHugh. 2 outs on the board.
In a 1-0 ball game now, Maria. See a ground out there to first. Now we're going to see the runner from third score. That runner is going to be in the form of Miss Claire Fountain, and the RBI will be credited to Jennifer McHugh. So definitely not probably what you wanted to do, but nonetheless traded out for a run, and George Fox takes an early 1-0 lead over the nationally ranked 17th team in the country, the Berry College Vikings.
Sydney Sandifer, the catcher, is up to bat, as that one will be a little bit too high for her, as it would be called ball. Number 1. Runners at second and third for the Bruins. As you just saw, they did just score their first point in this ball game. Hall will pitch that one right down the gut, and number 19, Sydney Sandifer, is able to come around on that one and foul tip it back.
Yeah, Sandifer, she's loved that, hitting that plexiglass behind home plate today, right up here near our press box. Send another one into that to even up the count at 1-1.
Sandifer will rip that one way left, though, out of bounds. She was able to come around on that one. She would have hit that one out of the ballpark and would have potentially scored 3 runs.
Yeah, I could have really busted open right there if she could have went made it a 4-0 ball game, but nonetheless, it'll be 1-2 with 2 outs. Still got 2 runners in scoring position, though. Blair Hall got to stop the bleeding for Berry College.
Hall will pitch that one into the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
The deuce is wild for the second time today, Maria, with 2 runners on as well, so we'll see who gets the best of it here.
I was going to let you say the deuce is wild. Another pitch right down the gut. She'll be able to foul tip that one back. I believe that is the 7th pitch at bat, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we've been able to see a lot of pitches. They look right down the middle from how on top of the plate we are, but a lot of movement there, a lot of foul tips back here on the opening day for Piedmont, the opening day for the Piedmont Softball Classic here as well.
Pitches up, and Sandifer will get caught on the changeup. She was way ahead of that one, but I believe she foul tipped that one back.
Yeah, she barely got it. I think right above the handle there. Almost got her in on the hands. But nonetheless, we'll do the 2-2 yet again here, Maria.
Pitch number 9 coming at you of this at bat for Sydney Sandifer, the freshman catcher. And she will foul tip that one down the third base line as well. She's definitely making Blair Hall work for this out.
She's like the Bee Gees right now. She just keeps staying alive up there at this, getting into double-digit pitches in an AB. It's very rare you see that, especially with 2 runners on. Trying to be clutch here is the freshman, Sydney Sandifer.
Pitch will be up, and Sandifer will come around on that one. It'll be hit to the shortstop. Daniel, and she will get the amazing throw there at first baseman to Fry.
One run,
Great
one
job
hit,
by
one error, two
Daniels
outs
to
on
be able
base for the
to
Bruins.
get it to the first baseman.
George Fox won.
Scores
Barry
1-0 at the bottom of the second. You're listening to Piedmont University Athletics here on YouTube. Welcome back, Piedmont University Athletics here on YouTube.
leading off
Bottom of the
is
second,
third
1-0
baseman, Parker.
is your score. Barry Vikings here up to bat. It'll be the 5-6-7 hitter. Starting off will be number 13, your third baseman, Katie Parker, the freshman.
Yeah, Barry, I need the bats to come alive here. Able to get a hit there in their home half of the first, but now they have to bring across the run here as George Fox leads 1-0.
First pitch will be up, and it'll be called a strike on the inside corner of the plate. Great job right there by Emma Easton to hit her spot.
And we've seen Eastman, she really hit her spots there in the home half of the first inning as well.
Eastman will pitch, and it will be a rise ball, and Parker did go for it. So that will be strike number 2 early on.
Yeah, like you said, like I just said, Emma Easton hitting her spots. If you're able to hit your spots against a very good ball club like Barry, you'll usually have pretty high success.
Eastman will go and try to outside plate. She won't be able to get it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Good job, though, by Eastman to be able to switch up her pitch changes, going 2 inside and 1 out. Eastman's pitch will be up, and she'll get Parker to swing on that one. Give her first strikeout of the night. She'll retire Katie Parker.
Now batting the left fielder,
1
Grace
out.
Hamilton.
Now up to the plate is Grace Hamilton, left fielder, number 4. Great, beautiful pitch down the outside plate for Eastman to get her first strike.
Grace Hamilton, 2 for 3 thus far this season in 3 at-bats. She's only played and started 1 game. It's only her second start of the year, as this is Barry's 3rd game. She also has an RBI as well. She'll send that one to the left side of infield. Riggins makes the play, throws over to first for out number 2.
Good job by Riggins to be able to get underneath that ball, make a phenomenal play at first base.
Now batting the second baseman, Paige Bennett.
Now up to bat is the number 7 hitter and number 7 player, Paige Bennett. 2 outs. Pitch is up from Eastman. It'll be foul tipped back by Bennett.
Paige Bennett, 2 for 5 this year. She has 2 RBIs as well. And looking at this Barry team, Barry has yet to hit a homer this year in 2 ball games thus far, so still looking for their first dinger of the 2022 season. See if they can get it right here in their 3rd ball game of the year.
Bennett able to get a handle on that one, but will foul tip it back. She's down early on in the count with 2 strikes, no balls, and 2 outs.
Yeah, Eastman making quick work of Barry thus far. We'll see if Paige Bennett has anything to say about this one.
Bennett will not be caught on the changeup, as that one will roll in the dirt for her first ball. Good job right there by Paige to be able to stay off that one. Pitch will be up, and it'll be called strike number 3 for Eastman, her second strikeout of the game.
No hits, no errors, none left
Take a
for the
quick
Vikings.
timeout, and we'll be back shortly. You're listening to Piedmont University Athletics here on YouTube. Welcome back, Piedmont University Athletics here on YouTube. Maria Locko alongside me, Brett Loftus. Here for George Fox. They'll be on the top of their lineup. They're 1, 2, 3 hitters. We'll start off the top of the third, but here at the plate right now will be number 6, Emma Klassen.
Yeah, Emma Klassen, leadoff hitter. Haven't seen her get a hit yet today in either of the games. It'd be a good time as any to lead off the top half of the third to get one.
Pitch right there will be a little bit of a rise ball. Klassen was able to hold off that one. You hear Barry's defense yell bunt. Possibly a slap situation here from Klassen coming up.
You'll see the pair of ranked teams up next as number 17th ranked Barry will play your Piedmont Lions, number 14th team in here the country. It'll be shortly after this same game or at 7:30. Whichever time comes first, we'll keep you updated, and we'll have it all right here, Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube, as that ball is up and out of the zone 2-0.
Next pitch is on the way, and Klassen was able to rip that one to left field, and it'll be called foul ball as Hamilton made a run on it but wasn't able to get underneath the ball to get the out. 2 balls, 1 strike. 1-0 ball game. Good foul tip right there by Emma Klassen to be able to come around that ball to get a foul tip on it.
Yeah, Maria, you can tell these George Fox hitters, they are right on what Hall is throwing right now, but she's been able to move it east and west. She's not really working. She's working dead over the plate every time, but how she's moving in and out here has really been able to affect the Bruins.
Definitely been able to affect the Bruins, but also affect Hall as well, making her have to work more in the pitch count, because I believe she's probably already near the 40s.
And, I mean, in softball, you're not going to put as much stress on your arm as the count runs full here. Blair Hall, a big difference, as we've seen on the other side from Emma Eastman, seeing 2 different styles today, only 1-0 ball game. Eastman able to hit all of her spots. Hall has not.
Full count, and she will be caught swinging on that one to give Blair Hall a strikeout.
Cameron Potter.
1 out. And next up to bat is number 15, Cameron Potter, also a left-handed hitter.
If I'm not mistaken there, that is going to be strikeout number 1 for Blair Hall this afternoon. Obviously, she's pitched a lot of contact today, but able to get her first one on strikes there for out number 1 here in the top of the third. First pitch here is going to be up and out of the zone, 1-0 to Cameron Potter.
Seen a lot of rise balls this game early on. Pitch is up, and Potter foul tipped that one back behind the umpire's plate. Make it 1 ball, 1 strike.
Cameron Potter, leading hits and runs returner for George Fox. 46 hits last season, able to score 42 runs as well. Big-time player hitting in the 2-hole for the George Fox University Bruins.
Blair Hall will pitch that one on the outside of the corner. Anna Jackson couldn't quite frame that one up enough for the umpire to think it was a strike.
Yeah, Anna Jackson, her best Vincent Van Gogh impression right there. Couldn't quite paint it enough. 2-1 count now.
Pitch is on the way, and she's able to rip that one to right field. Foul ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Good job right there to be able to get her body around the pitch.
Yeah, very good contact. Just got around a little bit too early on that. You got to wait back on the back foot there. 2-2 count now.
It'd be called strike number 3. As Cameron Potter was stared at the ball as it went past her. Looks like it was a little bit out of the zone, but nonetheless, the umpire thought it was a strike, so that will retire her second, Blair Hall's, and be 2 outs for the Bruins.
It's going to bring up the 3-hole hitter, designated hitter Sharon Tomei. She had to reach base thus far.
Tomei will watch that one roll bomb past her. Right down the middle of the gut. Call for strike number 1.
And Maria, you mentioned there last AB strikeout there for Potter. Usually they say the strike zone is from the letters to the knees. That one looked like it was almost at the eyes there for a strike call, number 3 there.
Next pitch is up, and Tomei was able to chop that one down. Second base gets out to the outfielder, Riley Jackson. She was able to throw it in to only hold her to a single.
Now batting the right fielder, Claire Belton.
Nothing like rallying on 2 outs.
And Claire Fountain up now still has not been retired through a game plus today. Was not retired by Piedmont. Either 3 plate appearances, able to score a run and get a single in her first at-bat. She hits this one deep down the left field line. It'll be out of play. If she could have straightened that one out, that might have been the first long ball of the afternoon, Maria.
Definitely would have been a nice ball, especially when you have 2 or 1 person on base, including yourself. You can count 2 to get 2 runs up on the board. Fountain has a runner on first. The pitch will be up, and it will be pitched in the dirt for 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs.
Again, just the thing we were talking about with Maria, we were talking about with Blair Hall, not able to hit some of her spots today, and it's put her in, I don't want to say dangerous territory, but put her in some uncomfortable spots here early on in the ball game.
Definitely puts you in uncomfortable spots because that means you just have to work harder, as she was able to foul tip that one back. Claire Fountain was. If you're Tomei right here, though, you're wanting to get a leadoff, big leadoff with 2 outs. You kind of just see her lollygagging around the first base line.
Yeah, well, she doesn't want to get too far off in case it's a ball, and Anna Jackson try to pick her off over there at first. Hadn't seen Jackson's arm yet, but we might just able to right here.
That one will be ripped down the third base line. It'll get past Parker. Will go to the center field. Hamilton, and a diving play right there by Tomei to be called safe at third, as Fountain was able to get a double out of that one.
And again, still cannot retire Claire Fountain, as that's going to be her 3rd hit of the day here. Second game George Fox has played. She had a single in the first, a single in the first of this game as well, and now that's going to be a double. Now with 2 runners in scoring position, bringing up your 5-hole hitter of Katie Ladd.
Fountain has definitely put her team in scoring position throughout the game and a half that we have watched. Definitely been a contributor early on in the season so far.
Now we're going to see a mound visit. Anna Jackson, the sophomore catcher, calls an infield meeting here. The infield will meet separately as Anna Jackson and Blair Hall, pitcher-catcher duo, both sophomores at Berry College, will meet inside of the circle. And as we mentioned there, Katie Ladd has been retired every time she stepped to the dish today. 0-for-3 in the first game and 0-for-1 here thus far. Got a big chance to break this one wide open, though, for George Fox.
Flack can come around this one, possibly get just another score up on the board. It'd be a 2-0 lead that they have early on against the Vikings, and she will get a hit over there to the second baseman, Bennett. However, she will retire her as she will pitch it over to Fry to get the 3rd out for the Vikings. Still 1-0. You're listening to Piedmont University Athletics here on YouTube.
The shortstop.
Welcome back, Piedmont University Athletics here on YouTube. Maria Locco alongside me, Brett Loftus. Start things off here. You'll have your 8, 9, and top of the lineup hitting. But right now you will have number 9, Shelby Daniel, the sophomore shortstop. Pitches up from Eastman. It would be called a strike on the inside corner of the plate.
Yeah, bottom half of the third inning here. Maria getting Barry's bats. They need to come alive. Still trailing by 1 run here early.
Eastman's rise ball will rise too much upstairs to be called a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Top of the third inning here with Walker Athletic Complex. Eastman will pitch that one on the outside corner of the plate. Good job by Sandifer to frame that one to be called strike 2.
1 run, 3 hits, no errors for George Fox thus far. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error for Berry College.
Daniel ripped that one down center field. Hard ground ball out to Klassen. She's able to get her hand on that one to stop number 9 just for getting a single.
Leah Thornton, the designated hitter, up to the dish now. And junior hitting from the left side here with a runner on first and no outs. Little bunt puts down third base line. Riggins puts it up. They'll barely get over there at first. Thornton, little sack bunt there, and that'll turn the lineup back over to the top to Sydney Maroney.
Good job right there for the Vikings to do the sacrifice bunt to advance
Now batting the right fielder.
the runner on to second base, especially with 1 out here. Possibly get a point up on the board to tie this ball game. Right now, up to bat is number 11, Sydney Maroney, top of the lineup. And she will hit that one down the third base line. It'll be foul ball.
Just not by a light though, Maria. That almost tied our ball game back up at 1 right there. If that could have just veered just to the right ever so slightly.
Yeah, if it would have just got straightened out a little bit more, it would have been a nice hit for the Vikings. No other player you'd rather be up than the top of the lineup, though, when you have a scorer in scoring position. Maroney will watch that one go by her as it will be called for strike number 2. No balls, 1 out, runner on second. Eastman will wind up and she'll pitch that one in the other side of the batter's box for ball number 1.
You know, the only time we've really seen Eastman throw a ball today has been on those waste pitches. She's worked ahead 0-2 early in the count, and then she'll throw a waste pitch to try to get Barry biting. They haven't thus far. She'll still be working in a positive count 1-2 here.
And she will pitch that one down center of the plate and a changeup. I think number 11 right there for Barry Maroney. Thought she might have dropped it. The catcher might have dropped it.
I guess so. I think she wanted to throw down the first, but nonetheless, that was caught in the air, and that'll be out number 2. So still with a runner on second, stepping up to the dish, will be the center fielder, Riley Jackson.
Jackson up to bat. She'll hit that one down to Cameron Potter. Potter will throw it over the first to McHugh, and she will get the out there for out number 3. 3 outs right there by the Bruins. By the Vikings. Bruins up to bat next. You're listening to Piedmont University Athletics here on YouTube. Welcome back, Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Maria Lacco alongside me, Brett Loftus. If you're just tuning
Leading
in,
off for the Bruins,
it's 1-0.
baseman Kimberly Toledo.
And leading off for the Bruins is number 1, Kimberly Polito. You have your 6, 7, and 8 batters here on top.
Yeah, Polito is hotter than the Georgia Firecracker on the 4th of July coming in this ball game. She's been cooled down very quickly. See her try to put a bunt down right there, quickly draw it back, 1-0. Hitting .615 entering this afternoon's contest. She was 0 for 3 in the first game, and then here in the second, 0 for 1. She's looking to get her first hit of the day.
Polito will hit that one down the gut to the center fieldman, Riley Jackson. Get a easy single there. Non-playable ball hit short into center field.
Stepping in, the third baseman, Brooke Riggins.
As you just heard over our PA announcer, number 3, Brooke Riggins stepping up to the plate. No outs, runner on first here for the Bruins.
Got a horn sounded off there up at the Mize Athletic Center. Hope everyone's automobiles are all right as we see that one fouled into the backstop. 0-1 now.
Looks like they were trying to do a sacrifice bunt there, so Polito could advance on to second with no outs.
Yeah, trying to just manufacture runs is what you're seeing from both teams. Got to play small ball when you got two really good arms out on the mound in Blair Hall and Emma Eastman, a pair of sophomores facing off against each other for Barry and George Fox, respectively. George Fox winning the battle thus far, 1-0 here in the top of the fourth.
And she'll try another bunt attempt as the Anna Jackson, the catch, will throw it down the first base line to try to get Polito out.
That was a good throw there, but Polito showing some good base runner awareness to get back there in time.
Bruins will try a bunt again, and it will be called a strike as she did not come back on that ball. Riggins with 2 strikes, 1 ball.
I think that probably would have been a called strike anyway. Nonetheless, if she would have drawn back. But as you mentioned, they're behind now 1-2. Do you still put the bunt down here with 2 strikes and only no outs and runner on first?
She will line drive that one down the first base line. It'll be called foul ball. She can't put down 2 bunts anymore unless you want to sacrifice that chance of potentially foul balling it off.
Yeah, you know, Maria, we've seen here today both teams thus far through 3+ innings. It's really been, they've been too early or too late on the ball. We've seen some incredibly hard hit foul balls, but nothing very hard hit in play yet. All 6 of our hits, 4 in favor of George Fox, 2 for Barry, been softly hit softball. So let's see if we can get a hard hit one in the gap somewhere.
Riggins will come across that one, be foul tipped back out of bounds right behind our press box. 2 strikes, 1 ball. Runner remains on first.
Yeah, Reagan's doing a good job. Obviously, she surrendered 2 strikes basically by not being able to get the bunt down. Now she's got to work behind in the count, but still try to put together a good AB here.
Riggins will shoot that one down to third base to Parker. Parker will throw it over to second, and Paige Bennett will not be able to catch that one, and Polito will be called safe on second base.
Honestly, man, I want to give it a first choice.
Looked like a great throw there by the third baseman, Maria. The second baseman, though, not able to catch that one. So that's going to be an E-something. If I was putting it into my scorebook, I'd put an E4 because that throw was right on the money. No offense there to the second baseman, Paige Bennett, but I don't know how you don't catch that. Now runners on first and second, still no outs.
First baseman Jennifer McHugh.
And now that's going to bring up the first baseman, Jennifer McHugh. Again, it's another big opportunity, Maria. We've been talking about these to really break this game wide open for George Fox. I know they're only leading by 1-0, but with the pitching that they have from Emma Easton, this could be a very big moment midway through the ball game.
It's definitely a huge moment, especially when you're leaving runners on bases. There's been a few times in the past couple of innings where both teams have left people on the bases. You can't do that when it's a close pitching game.
Yeah, leaving runners on, that's like missing free throws. You can't do that in basketball. You can't do that in softball or baseball either. When you leave runners on, you typically lose ball games.
McHugh will show bunt, and I think she got it down. She did, but she'll be called out at first base as the Vikings did a good job of rotating over to get that out. However, the runners do advance on to second and third with one out.
Talk about manufacturing runs. We were just talking about that last half inning. Now that's how you manufacture runners in scoring position. And now you want to bring up Sidney Sandifer. They might try to manufacture even more runs, maybe a suicide squeeze here because of 1-0 lead swelling to a 2-0 again. Not to be redundant, but from the pitching we've seen from George Fox today, that could be a very big lead.
And we will see a bunt, and Polito will come in home safely, and Sandifer was able to put that one down, but however, she'll be called out. Nonetheless, she will be awarded that RBI for herself as all the runners advance.
And again, small ball, small ball, small ball. We see it again right there, able to now swell that 1-0 lead into 2-0 lead. And the way Emma Eastman's been pitching, that might be all she wrote for George Fox. Nonetheless, that'll turn the lineup back over to Emma Classman. She's got another chance with the runner on third to bring another run home for George Fox. Big swing and a miss there. Strike number 1.
Going back, talking about small ball, when your big ball is not working and your bats are not coming alive, being able to use small ball and work it to your advantage to be able to put points up on the board is very crucial to be able to pull an out of victory.
Starting to see the shade loom over the Walker Athletic Complex now. A few rays of sunshine remain. So we have a strike called number 2 there. 0-2, 2 outs here.
Still got a runner on third for Klassen. If she can just get this one in a gap, be an early 3-0 lead here for the Bruins.
Yeah, anything in the outfield that's on the ground will score another run. This one's hitting the air down the left field line. Shortstop Shelby Daniels going after it, but it'll be up and out of play. We'll do the 0-2 yet again.
Been seeing it all day long where the pitchers are having to do more pitches because batters are being able to adjust, and that's one of the key things. You work up your pitching count, but as a player you want to be able to make them key adjustments that are necessary. Klassen up to bat, and she will swing and miss on that one for strike number 3 for Hall. I believe that's her third strikeout on the night. The Vikings will take bat here in a minute. You're listening to Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Welcome back, Piedmont University Athletics here on YouTube. Maria Laco alongside me, Brett Loftus. We have a good matchup here, Demers, Georgia versus the Berry Vikings, and the visiting team from the West Coast, the Bruins.
Harder lineup duo up here, Maria, as we just mentioned, Anna Jackson, Morgan Fry, and Katie Parker, 3, 4, and 5 here for Berry.
Jackson will hit that one up to the third baseman. Riggins able to get underneath that one, get out number 1 for her team.
Well, you're trailing by 2 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning. That's definitely not how you want to start the home half of the 4th. 1 pitch, 1 out.
And the head coach for the Vikings will look to the umpire and call a timeout as number 2, Morgan Fry, the first baseman, will be up next. If I was the Vikings here, what do you look to do, Brett?
I don't know. That's probably what head coach Emily Stanley is talking to Fry about. Obviously, Fry, first baseman, pretty powerful bat at the plate. I don't know. You're obviously not telling her, hey, go up there and go yard, but you're telling her, maybe shorten up your approach. Let's just try to get on base here, down by 2 in the home half of the 4th.
Fry will step up in the upper half of the box as that pitch from Eastman will get away from her outside corner of the plate with 1 out in this inning. Eastman in the windup. She'll pitch that one outside the plate again. Fry did a good job of getting her hands around that one to foul tip it back yet again.
Yeah, how to run us even at 1-1. Obviously, Emma Eastman out there on the mound, trying to work another 1-2-3 inning.
Fry won't get caught up on the changeup there. It was a little bit too low. 2 balls, 1 strike is your count. Fry will hit that one right down the gut to center field to Klassen. Klassen able to field that one and get it to her cutoff man Potter to be able to get the ball in to hold Fry to a single.
And that's exactly what the doctor ordered right there, the doctor being head coach Emily Stanley for the Barry Vikings. You got a runner on, and I know we're speaking in late inning terms when I say this here in the bottom of the 4th inning, but that is now going to bring up the tying run to the plate. The way Emma Eastman has been pitching, you want any runners on if you're the Barry Vikings.
That one be foul tipped up in the air, and the third baseman Riggins will call off her pitcher Eastman to get out number 2 to retire number 13, Katie Parker.
Excluding that Fry at bat right there, she was able to work a 3-pitch single. You've had the other 2 pitches of the inning, and both resulted in pop-ups to Riggins for outs. So now with 2 outs, you still got that runner on, and it's going to bring up the left fielder, Grace Hamilton.
Hamilton, a freshman left fielder. She'll foul tip that one back. Give her 1 strike on the count. Still got Morgan Fry over there, the lonesome lady at first base. Eastman will go in her long windup, and she'll pitch that one right down the middle for strike number 2. Surprised that Hamilton did not get her bat on that one.
Something we talked about all day. Emma Eastman continuing to work ahead in the count, and now she's just 1 more strike away from getting out of another scoreless frame.
That one will be pitched on the outside corner of the plate for ball number 1. Like you said, she works up high in her count, Brett, and then she's able just to throw kind of waste pitches to try to get the other team reaching.
Yeah, and she did the same thing right there, Maria. 1-2, I expect her to come not right over the plate, but come into strike zone.
She'll pitch that one just a little bit on the outside of the plate. You've seen a few pitches on the outside. You don't really see her going much on the inside of the plate, though.
Yeah, Eastman working very well, complimentary. Her fastball and her changeup today, pretty much the 2 main pitches in softball. She's able to use those complementary of each other and work east-west here.
Hamilton will hold off that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And 2 outs.
And
The deuce
2
is
outs.
wild yet again. The 3rd time in the ball game today. The 7th time today through a game and a half.
That one will be pitched on the inside of the corner, almost hit Hamilton. She's able to lay back off that one. Full count here with 2 outs. Runner on first. What do you think Eastman will pitch here, Brett?
I don't know. I know Fry will be going at first. I think Eastman, she's going to come in the strike zone. You don't want to issue a 2-out walk.
That pitch is up, and she'll shoot that one right down to the second baseman, Polito, and Polito's able to throw it off to McHugh to get the 3rd out to be able to get her team out of that jam.
No errors, 1 left on for the
2-0 is your score here. You're listening to Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Welcome back, Piedmont University Athletics here on YouTube. The sun has started to set here, and Demorest, Georgia's getting a little bit cold. We had to turn on our heat up here. Feel bad for them softball players out there in the cold, though.
Yeah, it's probably going to take about I'd figure a 10-degree probably temperature decrease, and obviously George Fox, they're from Oregon. They're used to the cold, but the Georgia teams of Berry and Piedmont, they might not adjust very well. As leading us off here, it's going to be the shortstop Cameron Potter. She takes the first pitch ball from Blair Hall, 1-0.
Potter coming into this game hitting overall. She's been striking out as well as not able to kind of get her bats going early on. She'll take that ball, though, to give herself early lead in this count.
Piedmont Softball Spring Classic here. It's been a good one through a game and a half. Only been 3 runs have been scored, all of those from George Fox. Piedmont shut out in the first game, as Berry has been shut out thus far through 4+ innings.
Hall just got Potter right there. Looked like a drop ball that was thrown. Get her to swing on that one. 2 balls, 1 strike. Bruins are up by 2. That one will be pitched right down the middle of the plate. Looked like a changeup there. Got Potter swinging way ahead of it, though.
Yeah, she's fought back there. We talked about Blair Hall all day long. She's kind of done the opposite of Eastman. She's worked behind herself in counts, and then she'll work back even and then able to get some strikeouts as well. 3 of those thus far.
Potter will hit that one down to the second baseman, to Bennett. Bennett will get over to Fry to retire her. 1 out. And stepping up to the plate is number 13, Sharon Tomei.
I feel like Tomei is due here. I know she got a hit in her last time up, but I really feel like she's due for a big hit to kind of get the Bruins going even more. I know what you're thinking, Brett. They're already up 2-0, but I really feel like Tomei might just give them some momentum right here.
She looked eager to get her bat on that one, was able to hold off of it, though. She's about, what do you say, like 6 foot? She looks pretty tall.
Tall drink of water there in the navy blue and white of the George Fox University Bruins.
Got a lot of power to her if she can just straighten out a ball. Blair Hall, though, will pitch her ball number 2. Good job by Tomei to watch the ball in the zone, to not swing at anything that's unmissable.
And obviously, more times than not, your best hitter in your lineup is going to be your 3-hole hitter. Tomei, we're seeing her working ahead now, 3-0.
Expect Tomei right here to not swing her bat on this one, to hold off of it. I see some people, though, in softball, some of them are eager to get that pitch because they know something's going to be coming that's hittable.
Yeah, sometimes you get a 3-0 green light. See what Tomei has right here.
And it'll be a fastball right down the middle of the gut. That's what I expected to see from Hall.
Yeah, Hall had to deliver in right downtown Demorest. I'm surprised Tomei didn't send that one back to Oregon.
Next pitch is up. It's going to be right down the chute. Tomei will get that one to the left field. Hamilton will catch it for out number 2. Good job by Grace Hamilton, the freshman, to track the ball down and get her glove underneath it to retire Tomei.
And that was a hard hit softball right there, Maria. Honestly, the winds kind of stopped blowing a little bit. Tomei caught that one out probably a millisecond too early. If not, that one might have hit a car up there on Purcell Hill. But with 2 outs, that's going to bring up Claire Fountain. Still has not been retired yet in the Piedmont Softball Classic. And she was 1 for 1 in the first game, 2 for 2 here. She'll foul that one off of her left knee, 0-1.
Fountain's done a good job of adjusting to different people's pitching style. We saw earlier in the first game she was able to adjust to Martina Malik, how she was pitching kind of on the inside of the plate. And then this game, Blair Hall, she's kind of pitching on the outside of the plate.
And Fountain, sometimes when you're just seeing the ball, you're seeing the ball right there, a big swing and miss. She'll work behind 0-2. Blair Hall just 1 pitch away from getting out of the top half of the 5th, 1-2-3.
Two strikes, no balls, 2 outs. We saw a rally earlier on with 2 strikes. However, she won't be able to rally that one on, as Claire Fountain will finally be retired from the Piedmont Classic. Give the Vikings their 3rd out. We'll be back shortly. You're listening to Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Welcome back, Piedmont University Athletics here on YouTube. 2-0 is this ball game early on as we start to enter into the second half of it. Batter up right now for the Vikings is number 7, Bennett. Bennett will hit it over to Potter. Potter will throw it over to first, and McHugh was able to make the long stretch to get out number 1.
Yeah, a hard hit softball there to begin the inning. Cameron Potter makes a great play out there in the field to get 1 pitch, 1 out. Emma Easton on cruise control right now as that'll bring up to the dish for Barry Shelby Daniel.
Daniel is a sophomore shortstop. Nonetheless, pitches up, and it will be called a strike on the outside corner of the plate. Eastman will get in her lineup. She'll pitch that one yet again on the outside corner of the plate, and she'll get her strike number 2. Like we've been talking about all game long, Eastman likes to work ahead in her counts so she can kind of throw wasteful pitches to see if she can get someone reaching for a ball. As this one will be a rise ball. Went upstairs too high for ball number 1.
Yeah, and yet again, like you mentioned there, Maria, she works ahead 0-2, and then she throws something. Usually it's been off the plate today. That one's a little high there. See what she does here on 1-2.
1-2 is your count. 2-2 as that ball got away from Eastman, rolled in the dirt about halfway over when it got to the plate.
Yeah, that one bounced about 35 feet in the dirt. You don't want to see that, obviously, from Emma Eastman trying to attack the hitter there. I think she might have lost that one in her windup.
Normally when pitchers lose a ball like that, they're trying to throw a changeup. As she will hit, number 9 will hit that one out to the right field. Daniel did a good job of getting around that ball to rip that one down the first base line. Also to get Barry a runner on the base.
Now batting the DP, Aaliyah Thornton.
The DP, number 33, Aaliyah Thornton, up to bat. Left-handed hitter. Would expect to either see a drag bunt here or potential just slap ball into shallow center field. She'll watch that one go by her. Still got Shelby Daniel over there at first base. Thornton will slap that one, and it will be out of bounds third base line as Riggins will try to make a hustle play, but was not able to get underneath the ball. 1 strike, 1 ball, 1 out. Runner on first base for the Vikings. The pitch is up, and Thornton was able to get that one down to the pitcher, Eastman. Eastman had a run for it. She did not have a play. The runner advanced over to second base, and she was called safe at first.
And, we talked about being on cruise control. Same thing when the first game with George Fox, able to get on cruise control once they kind of got up 1-0. They kept Piedmont's offense at bay. Now here in the second game, we were seeing the same thing from Emma Eastman on cruise control. We see a hit there in the first at-bat of the inning there from Shelby Daniel. Aaliyah Thornton, a bunt single. That'll turn it back over to Sydney Maroney, 2 runners on. And now that one's hit right back up the middle. Will that produce a run? No. Not able to right there. Will produce an out, as Thornton got too far off of the bag as the second baseman Kimberly Pulido tag her out. Not sure, we didn't see the runner advance it from third, Shelby Daniel, but now we have runners on first and third already after all that chaos with 2 outs. So now Emma Eastman went from pitching in danger, bases loaded, 1 out. Thornton gets too far off of the bag, and now 2 outs.
2 outs happened very quickly. I'm kind of upset I didn't see Shelby Daniel take off to go home because the second baseman, Kimberly Pulido, she didn't have the ball in her glove.
Yeah, the ball was just laying out there beside the bag, and you're right there, Maria. That could have been the first run of the ball game for Barry. Instead, they'll have 2 outs and have to wait another at-bat as that one's off the plate from Eastman, 1-0.
Riley Jackson up to bat. Runner on first and third. Potentially, possibly see the first baseman right here steal. And maybe the Bruins have a trick play up their sleeve where Cameron Potter would come up and catch the ball and catch the third baseman going home. Eastman's pitch will be called a ball on the other side of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs.
Yeah, Sandifer tried to frame that one right there, could not do so. Big pitch here, big situation in the bottom of the 5th inning for Emma Eastman and the George Fox Bruins.
Another pitch on the outside plate of the corner for number 16, Riley Jackson. Here lately, a couple pitches have been getting away from Eastman. Eastman will pitch that one down the center. Higgins will call off everybody in foul territory and catch that one to retire her. 3 outs for the Bruins. They'll be up to bat.
No hits, no errors.
You're listening to Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Welcome back, Piedmont University Athletics here on YouTube. On top of the 6th, leading off will be number 8, Katie Ladd. Your 5, 6, 7 hitters coming on up to the plate for the top of the 6th.
Big inning here for George Fox to get some more insurance here of 2-0 already here in the top half of the 6th.
Ladd will watch that one go by her, and it'll be called a strike. A lot of inside-outside action that we've been seeing early on in this Piedmont Classic.
George Fox, the lone team of Berry and Piedmont, not to be nationally ranked coming in to this Piedmont Spring Softball Classic, and they look to make some noise here as they even it up at 1-1. So they came into the series 3-1, or the tournament rather, should I say, and they're looking to lead 5-1 if they can cling to this 2-0 lead. I look to go 2-0 on the day here, day 1 of 2, the Piedmont Softball Classic.
Ladd will foul tip that one back for her 2nd strike of at bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And again, for the Piedmont hopeful out there, if you're tuning in to the Berry George Fox game right now, we'll have line softball here at 7:30 or just shortly after the conclusion of this game currently. Just make sure you stay tuned here, Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube, as that's going to be a ball taken in the dirt, even up at 2-2 for Ladd.
Ladd having to work from ahead in this pitch, actually. She started off with 2 strikes. Throwing wasteful pitches like we've been seeing by the Bruins, and she'll throw that one upstairs, and it'll be called a ball for a full count. If you're Katie Ladd right now, you're glad you're in this situation from having to work so far from behind. Pitch is up, and Ladd will foul tip that one down third base line. It'll be called out of bounds as Parker will lay out for that one. Still 3-2 count, top of the 6th. Your Bruins are winning 2-0.
Yeah, big out number 1 here, potentially standing at home plate in Ladd. Blair Hall's kind of got to bite down right here and really get this first out. You got to keep it at 2-0 and at least give the Berry Bats a chance in the bottom of the 6th and 7th innings.
Ladd will hit that one hard to her dugout. Another foul ball on the way, which means another pitch will be coming very shortly.
Well, Jason Aldean, when the lights come on, and they have came on here at the Walker Athletic Complex The sun about completely down over the Demarest night sky. Demarest, not metro at all, but the beautiful scenes that you get to see when the sun goes down here. You wouldn't trade this for a city night any day of the week. This one hit way up in the air. Shelby Daniel gets her nose under for out number 1.
Good job by Dana right there to call off her fellow teammates to let her know that she got it.
Now batting the second baseman, Kimberly Polito.
Now up to bat is the second baseman, Kimberly Polito, the sixth person in the lineup to bat.
Polito 1 for 2 in this ball game. She was able to get a roping single up the middle her last time. This one sails into the backstop from Blair Hall. 1-0 counting down.
The pitch is up from Hall. It'll be called a ball. It was in the dirt a little bit. Could tell Polito wanted to get a piece of that one. Ball number 2 for Hall.
Seems like we're seeing a bit of fatigue out there from Hall right now. She threw one to the backstop and then threw one about 40 feet right there. She steps off for a little bit of a prolonged time off the rubber, gets back into her windup.
Hall able to hit that. Excuse me, not Hall. She was able to hit that one to left field. Polito was catched by the left fielder, Grace Hamilton, to get out number 2 for the Bruins.
Third baseman, Brooke Riggins.
2 outs here. Brooke Riggins up to the dish. Riggins this afternoon, 0 for 1 in this game. She has been able to reach VL walk.
Riggins will get around to that one. He'll go down the first base line, called foul ball for strike number 1.
And on the other diamond here, Loudermilk Field, it's pretty empty as the Lions are up in Memphis, Tennessee. Lions baseball all tied up with Rhodes College at 5 apiece right now in the home half of the 8th inning up there. The bottom of the 8th inning, the Lions are looking to make it 4-2 on their young season. Here on the softball diamond, the Lady Lions softball team looks to make it 1-1 here in their game against Berry just after the conclusion of this game. Quickly 0-2 at the plate here to Riggins.
Riggins has to work back from getting a 2-strike, no-ball count here. Good job by Hall, though, to be able to recompose herself after getting a few pitches away from her. Riggins will get a chip on that one and foul tip it back. Good job by her to stay in the zone, to not let anything get by her, to be called strike 3 just watching.
I really like that pitch there from Blair Hall. It's a challenge pitch on 0-2. We haven't really seen either pitcher do that today. I really like it. Just saying, here's a pitch in the zone, hit it, foul tip there from Riggins.
Riggins will hit that one back to Hall. Hall will swiftly throw it over to Fry at first base to get out number 3 to give the Bruins a 2-0 lead still in this ball game as we enter the bottom of the 6th inning. You're listening to Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Welcome back, Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube here at the Walker Athletic Complex here on Piedmont University's campus. Number 5, the catcher, Anna Jackson, to start things off for the Vikings. They're down by 2 later on in this contest as a strike will be called right there by Emma Easton on the outside corner of the plate.
Yeah, Maria, you mentioned there bottom of the 6th inning. You only play 7 in softball, so Barry only has 6 more outs to play with here unless they can get 3 runs here and they can potentially win in the top of the 7th. But that's going to start here with Anna Jackson. She'll foul another down the right field line quickly 0-2.
One thing I've noticed so far between the past 2 games that we've been watching is the pitchers have been really poised, and they're the ones that are kind of leading their team right now, as a pitcher should. The bats are kind of struggling on everybody's end since it's early on in the season.
And we'll see that one fouled off. Maria, as you mentioned that, it's funny you say that. Usually you'll see at the beginning of the year, whether it be baseball or softball, pitching is always going to outduel good hitting. And once you get on into the season, maybe we'll see Barry and Piedmont play again. You'll usually see the bats win that one because after a few times, once you see pitching, you kind of figure it out. But towards the beginning of the year, you're not going to be able to figure out good pitching. Jackson takes that one off the plate at 1-2.
Looks like a pretty pitch right there by Eastman. She looked a little upset that she didn't get that call either. Nonetheless, it's 1 ball, 2 strikes here for the shortstop. Pitch will be up, and it will hit her as she'll get a free base. As I'm sure all of you know, if you get hit by a pitch, you can take a base. If you're the Vikings here, that's something good that's going on.
Morgan Fry.
Because you want to put some points up on the board because you only have 2 more times to score 2 points.
And you know, it's funny you say that, Maria. Barry is out-hitting 5-4, out-hitting George Fox right now. So just getting that base runner on, bring Fry to the plate, and she'll take a first pitch strike there. Fry is the tying run right now, and now the go-ahead, potentially the winning run, stands on deck for Barry.
I believe it's Fry's time to shine right now, as she's only gotten 1 hit so far in this game. As she'll launch that one down the third base line, going to be called foul ball. She could have straightened that one out. It would have been possibly a 1-run ball game.
Yeah, Fry just, again, we've talked about it all day, hard hit softballs with both foul. A lot of them have been foul, rather, should I say, down both the right field and left field lines.
Fry will hold up on that one. I was calling the outside corner of the plate. Good job by her to not reach for that, as Eastman was hoping she would since it was an outside ball pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner on first with no outs. Morgan Fry up to bat as she will get caught on the changeup. That'll be a strikeout for Emma Eastman.
What an incredible pitch there to get Fry chasing on that one. It was the first out here in the home half of the 6th. Now Barry just dealt to their final 5 outs of the ball game.
Katie Parker up to bat, 1 out. Runner on first. Another pitch on the outside for Eastman. She likes that outside corner of the plate.
Yeah, she can't really get it right now. Maybe potentially showing a bit of fatigue here. 1-0.
Eastman will pitch that one right down the gut. And it was a shocker that Parker did not swing for that one. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in this ball game. Still got a runner at first. Ty running person is at the plate as Parker will hit that one back up to Eastman. Eastman will run it over to her first baseman, McHugh, and she'll get the out there for out number 2. I don't know if Eastman wanted to throw that or shuffle that over.
Yeah, she took a little while, didn't she, Maria? I thought
she walked a mile.
As we'll see Grace Hamilton come up now, again, bringing the tying run to the plate yet again. Runner on second, buried just down to 4 outs now.
If Hamilton wants to do something good for her team, this would be the time to shine, as that ball will be up and out of the zone for ball number 1. You got a runner at second base. A hit to the outfield could potentially score the second baseman if it's hit to the right side of the field. Pitch will be up, and she'll watch it go right by her. Hamilton, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Eastman really got to lock down and get this third out and kind of reset mentally going towards the bottom of the 7th.
Eastman's pitch will be called a strike for strike number 2 against Hamilton. Eastman in the windup. Hamilton will launch it down the right side of the field. However, it'll be called foul ball. It's exactly what she needed to do, except needed to be on the other side of the white line for her second baseman to
Maria,
score.
I mean, that's about a 170-foot foul ball right there. I could have just went just a couple, 10 more feet. That'd have been a homer.
Definitely would have been something
And kept it fair, obviously.
would have been something that got the Vikings rallied up for when the top of the 7th takes place. Another pitch, and she'll get caught swinging a miss for out number 3. Good strikeout there by Emma Easton.
There's one left for the Vikings. We go to the
Or be top of the 7th when we come back. You're listening to Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Welcome back, Piedmont University Athletics here on YouTube. Brett Loft is playing games with me over here. However, the first baseman, number 14, Jennifer McHugh, is up to bat.
Speaking of games, Maria, we have a really good game right now. 2-0 ball game. George Fox, all they're looking for is insurance really at this point. Emma Easton, she's going to go out there in the bottom half of the 7th inning and hopefully get 3 more outs for her ball club and send George Fox back to their hotel. 2-0 on today and looking to go 2-0 yet again tomorrow, and there will be 5-1 on the season thus far. 1-0 to McHugh.
Good strike right there by the pitcher, number 26, Blair Hall. One ball, one strike.
Oh.
Excuse me, I thought the ball was going to hit me.
Come on, I was going to come through the plexiglass to get you there, Maria. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I don't think it hurt too bad. That didn't look like it came off the bat too much. A little foul tip action. But that's why we got a plexiglass in front of our press box and then a window in front of us as well. Keep us protected.
That's right. 1-2 on the way. McHugh will foul tip that one down first base line. Continue to be a 1-2 count here on the top of the 7th.
Yeah, we've seen some good ABs from George Fox all day. Again, Blair Hall been on the mound. Maybe not able to hit her spot every single time, but nonetheless, if she finishes with just 2 earned, if she can get 3 more outs here in the top half of the 7th, even if she and Barry do lose the ball game, she's had an incredible pitching performance. Another hit up the middle there from McHugh, as that'll go into center field for a leadoff single.
If you're the Vikings right now, you want to kind of tighten down on your defense. You don't really want to allow any runs since you're down by 2. George Fox has been good all game long to get the balls in the gaps to be able to hop on the 2-0 lead. Head coach for George Fox will come to the home plate umpire. Looks like it might be a little bit of a substitution. And it will be for the first baseman, number 14, Jennifer McHugh. And checking in for her, I believe it looks like it might be number 5, Chloe White.
We're also going to have a pitch hitter on deck here. She makes it up to the dish. She's due up next. It's going to be Riley Nelson, freshman from Gilbert, Arizona.
Sydney Sandifer up to the base right now to hit. And she'll be way ahead of that one. Be called for her first strike. Would expect possibly Chloe White to try to steal here in the near future. as Sandifer is behind in the pitching count so far with 1 strike on her. The second pitch is up on the way, and she'll bunt that one down. Hall will come out of the plate to come and get it. She'll swing it over the first baseman, Fry. Fry will catch her out. Chloe White will advance to second base.
That was a good bunt there, sacrifice. Got to play small ball again, Maria. Talking about manufacturing runs. We've talked about all that all game.
29, Riley Nelson.
Obviously, Riley Nelson coming up right here. You got to continue to produce these runs because, again, insurance could be very huge right here going to the bottom of the 7th.
2-0 lead. That's not too much of a comfort lead. If you have to ask me, I'd like to see probably about a 5-0 lead if I was a coach.
I agree.
So for the Vikings to be able to harp down on their defense here and then possibly get their bats going and get a walk-off in the 7th would be huge for them. Also be huge, though, for George Fox to come out with a W in this game.
2-0. 2-0 against, and George Fox trying to make a statement right there. I mean, they're the only unranked team, again, out of Piedmont and Berry. Berry, number 17th team in the country. Piedmont, number 14 coming in. And George Fox has a chance to make 2 statement wins here on the first day of 2 in the Piedmont Spring Classic. First pitch there going to be a strike, 0-1 to Miss Nelson.
George Fox is probably saying, why am I not ranked? Well, you might be on the top rankings after this past game that we just concluded, and possibly this game if you can come out 2-0 as the pitch is on the way to Nelson. Nelson will foul tip it back. She'll be down in the count with 2 strikes, no balls. Chloe White still is standing alone by herself at second base.
Hit up in the plexiglass there again. Maria might have came back up here.
Yeah, it would have been scary. Pitch is on the way, and good backhanded glove by Blair Hall to stop Nelson from getting to first base. However, Chloe White from second base will advance to third base, get her 60 feet closer to the home plate with 2 outs. And right now you have number 15, Cameron Potter, up to bat.
Cameron Potter, leading hits returner leader, leading hits leader from last year, return to this George Fox team with 2 outs. Nobody else you want up in the lineup than Miss Potter. She's taking first pitch ball. First pitch called strike there on the outer half, 0-1.
Potter has the potential to make this a 3-0 ball game with the Chloe White coming in from third base. Hall will pitch it. Potter will watch it. 1-1 count. Another pitch by Eastman on the outside corner of the plate. However, it'd be called a ball.
Yeah, barring those first 2 calls there, I thought that might have caught the outer half there, Maria, but nonetheless, moving ahead in the count now, it's going to be Potter at 2-1.
All it will take is a short hit for the third baseman to score. And another pitch on the outside plate. It would be called a strike. 2s all across the board.
The deuce is wild for the 5th time in this ball game. And right here, Blair Hall's trying to stop the damage and keep Berry just at a 2-run deficit going to home half of the 7th.
Hall's pitch is up. Potter's bat is up and out of bounds. She'll knock that one down left side of the field. Call foul ball. So she'll do 2s across the board once again.
Both teams equal with 5 hits. Difference really in the ball game has been Berry's 2 errors.
Potter able to get a hit on that one. It's driving down right field. Maroney can't get a hit on it, and it's gone. A 2-home run hit by number 15. And she will rally her team on up to have a 4-0 lead.
Cameron Potter, sweet swing as Barry Bonds just unloads on that softball to give George Fox the 2 important insurance runs they needed as they lead 4-0.
Really good job right there by Potter to stay behind the ball, to put all of her momentum into it, making sure that back foot is planted so she can twist with her hips to get the ball over the fence with a powerful hit. Right now up to the plate, you got number 13, Sharon Tomei.
And let there be light in the press box.
Let there be light.
It's 1-0 count now. It's getting a little dark and gloomy in here. We just hit a homer. You got to turn on the light. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th.
if you're the Vikings right now, all you want to do is make the bleeding stop. You got 2 outs. Go ahead and get this third one, as that one will be chopped down fair, and the second baseman Bennett will come up. Thought she tagged her. The umpire said she was safe, though, running to first base, and she'll be called safe. It looked like she definitely did tag her, though, on the jersey.
Yeah, I was a bit confused there as well, Maria. It looked like Tomei got tagged going down the first base line right there by Fry. I don't see Fry putting up arguments, so maybe she did not get her. Looks like we're going to see a pinch runner out there for Tomei, as the head coach for George Fox has come out of their third base dugout yet again. Head coach Jessica Holland. As see the pitch runner here, same pitch runner we saw there in the first game, is that will be number 10, McLaren Magruder.
Magruder, a sophomore outfielder. Here, pinch running here for the Bruins, as number 13 is up to bat. Sharon Tomei for the Bruins, as the first ball will be called a strike.
Yeah, after you give up a 2-run bomb like that, then you get a little penny in, you play down the first base line, you miss the tag. You really just got to lock in for Blair Hall. There's really nothing else you could say. That one almost hits him in the head. And it does. Barely glances the helmet of Claire Fountain. And now that'll bring up to the dish for George Fox, Katie Ladd. Katie Ladd really has some damage to do here if she can drive in 2 runs. It's a 2-out rally right now for George Fox.
Next up will be Katie Ladd, like you mentioned. Ladd so far in this game has been up to bat 3 times, gotten 2 flyouts and a ground out. So she has been making contact on the ball, but she just can't find an empty space between the defense of the Vikings. There's going to be a timeout on the field. We're going to take a short one. You're listening to Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Welcome back, Piedmont University Athletics here on YouTube. There is a pitching substitution for the Vikings. Number 14, Emily Whitehead, will come in. She's a freshman from Lawrenceville, Georgia. In her senior season campaign in high school, she is Owl County academic selection. In her first pitch, we called a ball a little bit too low in the zone.
Your Whitehead's lone appearance this year was a complete game. She went 1-0. It was a 5-inning game, so a run rule game. She had 4 strikeouts, surrendered 1 walk, and she is the only Berry pitcher to get a win thus far this season, bearing a 1-1 record.
Ladd will watch that one go by her. 2 balls, no outs, 2 strikes. Small rally that the Bruins have put together have led, and 2 more points up on the scoreboard for them to have a 4-0 lead in the later portion of this ball game, as Ladd will take a hack at that one and miss it. It'll be strike number 1 for the young lady.
Expect to see either Whitehead or Madison Hollis in the second game. They've been the only 2 Vikings to start this year inside the circle. This one hit up and out of play. The deuce is wild. Yet again, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Blair Hall's first start of the year obviously did not go the way she wanted it to. 6 2/3, 4 earned runs, and the 2 runners out there on base as well will belong to Hall.
Runner on first and second Emily Whitehead. She'll bounce that one out to right field, and Maroney can't catch it. Runner at third will score. Runner at second's coming in to score. And Ladd will get on to second base. She'll hit in 2 people to get 2 RBIs in her winning column. She also put 2 more people up on the board with that to make it a 6-0 ball game. The Bruins have scored 4 in this inning with 2 outs. Nothing like a 2-out rally.
Yeah, nothing like a 2-out rally. They've scored all 4 of their runs with 2 outs here. Now Whitehead has to bite down. At some point, you got to stop the bleeding to get out of the ball game here, or to get out of the top half of the 7th.
Pitch will be up, and Polito will hit that one. Runner at second is going home. She's going. Maroney will fumble the ball out in the right field. And that will be another unanswered point for the Bruins to make it a 7-0 ball game. 5 unanswered scores in this game. In this quarter. We'll take a brief timeout. We listen to Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Welcome back. Piedmont University Athletics here on YouTube. The runner from first base, Polito, will steal second base. Looks like the Bruins are a little eager here to try to put up another score up on the board. As number 3, Sharon Tomei, is up for the Bruins. 1 strike, 2 outs. Next pitch is up on the way. Tomei will get a hack at that one and will miss it. 2 strikes on her.
Yeah, 0-2 here with 2 outs. Obviously, Whitehead, her second collegiate appearance out there inside of the circle. Really just trying to get out of the inning. So that one bounces dirt. Going to move it to 1-2 now. 5 runs already across here in the top half of the 7th. Ring her up, as that'll be out number 3 here in the top half of the 7th to finally get George Fox off of the field.
No errors, 1 left for the Bruins.
Emma Eastman looks to close them out here in the bottom half of the 7th. You're listening to Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we start to conclude this ball game to enter the 7th inning of the game, the bottom of the 7th, I should say. And up to bat for the Vikings, looks like it might be number 20.
It's going to be the 7-hole hitter of Paige Bennett. It's Bennett, big swing and a miss there. 0-1. First base coach for George Fox did not make it out there. She will make it out there after the first pitch there from Emma Eastman. Eastman just needs 3 more outs to work a complete game shutout.
Bennett will get a hack on that one, foul tip it back. 2 strikes on her early on. If you're Emma Eastman, that's something good for you. If you're on the opposing side of that, you want to be able to stay ahead in the count, potentially get your bat to make contact with the ball. Emma Eastman's pitch is up, and it'll be a rise ball that rose too high upstairs to Bennett. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
So they're gonna pick it up tomorrow because they're already gonna be there.
Another pitch on the way. She'll get Bennett swinging at that one to get her strikeout for the first out of the bottom of the 7th inning.
Might be one of the dirtiest pitches we've seen from Eastman here, and it comes in the bottom half of the 7th. Just a fastball up and away, and it's just like, here it is, try and hit it, and a swing and a miss there. And now just 2 more needed to end the ball game as Shelby Daniel steps up to the dish.
Daniel, a sophomore out of Temple, Georgia. She started all 35 games last year. Led the team with the batting average as she'll hit that one up to Kimberly Polito, the junior. She'll be able to get her glove underneath that one to get out number 2 for the Bruins.
Now just 1 more needed in your 9-hole. Aaliyah Thornton stepping up to the dish. Pardon me, she'll actually get pinch hit here. This pitch hitting will be Olivia
Steffel.
Pitch hitting for the Vikings, number 23, Olivia Steffel.
I don't know if our roster had cut off the back end of Steffel's last name, but it will be Olivia Steffel with 2 outs here.
Steffel is a utility player, freshman out of Milton, Georgia. In her high school campaign, senior year, she was selected all region selection in high school. So hopefully here she can get the ball into playing position to get her team somewhat on base, as it is the last half inning of this ball game.
But don't worry, it's not the last ball game we'll have today. There's a called strike 1 here. Barry and your Piedmont Lions will have a top 25 matchup. Barry, the number 17th team in the country, and Piedmont, the number 14th team in the country. It'll be right here at 7:30 or earlier, as it just kind of depends on what happens there. This one hit out the left field. Katie Ladd has a play on it, and she'll catch it for out number 3. That'll be all she wrote, as George Fox able to go 2-0 on the day, 5-1 on their overall season. Maria Laco, an incredible day. Emma Eastman, complete game shutout there. Coming back tomorrow real quickly. What does George Fox have to do to keep that up tomorrow? And what did you see that Piedmont and Barry didn't do as efficiently?
Well, right now I think Piedmont officially, they didn't hit the ball. They're struggling batting-wise. I mean, you lose kind of your top key people in the lineup with Caitlin Isley, your third baseman, who's out. That's a powerful hitter right there. That's a key component to your lineup to be able to get some good hits and your offensive flowing. So for Piedmont to come into this next game at 7:30, you need to be able to get to make contact on the ball. For the Bruins, your pitching was phenomenal. Keep that pitching up. Do they have the same backup pitchers that are just as efficient as your starting pitchers? Who knows? But that might be an obstacle that George Fox will face later on in this contest, probably tomorrow night. For Barry, though, for this Piedmont and Barry game, your pitching was good. Your batting was decent. You just couldn't get the ball into play. So I believe the 2 things for this next game coming up between Barry and Piedmont is the bats. That's going to be the hardest thing for both
See the
people.
battle, some good pitching here in just a few moments. Stay with us, Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube.